Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I apologise, I've still got a cold. It's really annoying me, but never mind. I'll try not to sneeze and sniff too much. Today's video, well, first of all, it's Vlogmas day 12, and today's video is the baby name tag. Now, I think I'm a bit late to this. I think a lot of people have done it, so I'm just going to tag anyone that wants to do it. Anyone that hasn't done it and would like to do it, go for it. That's it. It was started by SJ Strum, which I'll link her channel down below, and we're going to jump straight in. Okay, so it's 10 questions. Question number 1. If you had a baby tomorrow, what would you call them, boy and girl? Well, because I'm not really having any plans to have any more children, I don't really think about this too much, but when I was having, I wish I'd called the girls Ivy and Violet. I really like them names, and they're both my grandparents, both my grandmas. One's called Ivy, one's called Violet, and I just think it would have been really sweet, but I didn't think of it at the time. And I also like the name Alfie for a boy. I think boys' names are harder than girls' names, but I think that's probably what I would do now. What would you rename yourself, keeping your same first initial? Okay, so if you didn't know, my name's Amy, begins with an A. I would go with maybe something nice and short still. Maybe Ada, I quite like that name. Ava, that's a nice name. Or, I don't know, there's quite a lot. Amelia, it's quite nice. So one of them probably. Question number 3. What would you have been called, or wish you had been called, if you were the opposite gender? Well, my mum and dad, both me and my brother, have the same initial, so our initials are ABC. So I assume it would be something beginning with A, so that it still had the ABC, but I'm not sure. Maybe I would have been, my brother's younger than me, so maybe I would have been called Adam if I was a boy. I don't know, I'd have to find out, but I think it would be something beginning with A. Okay, question number 4. Favourite vintage name, I'm trying to read it, for a boy and a girl. I really like vintage names. Well, I think Ivy and Violet are quite vintage names, so it would be them. I also like Nancy, quite like that name. And then for a boy, I quite like, well, I like Alfie, which is sort of short for Alfred, so does that count? And I like Albie as well, which is short for Albert. They all begin with A. Whatever. As I say, I think boys' names are hard. Vintage boys' names. Can't think of any. No, it'd have to be them ones though. I say Violet, Ivy. I like Elsie. I think they're nice. I quite like vintage names. Can't think of any others now. But yeah, I quite like them ones. Question number 5. Favourite nature baby name for boy or girl? Girls are easy. I love a lot of like anything flowery. I like flowery names. So I like Willow, which I know isn't a flower, it's a tree. I like Autumn, summer. I like Lily, Daisy, Poppy. I like all of them sort of names for girls. Boys a little bit more tricky. The ones that I like anyway. So the ones that sort of maybe nature related, sort of linked to a tree maybe. So my son's called Ashley, so ash is a tree, so that's quite a naturey name, so I'll have to go with Ashley obviously, because I did call him Ashley. And I also like Oakley as well, after the oak tree. That's a nice name. But yeah, that's my nature ones. Favourite favourite YouTuber's name and or baby name? I struggle with this one. I can never remember people's names anyway. But I like the name Sienna. So Family Fizz's daughter, it's not a baby. She's not a baby anymore. But I like Sienna. So that's a nice name. And that's all I could think of really. That's really rubbish, isn't it? Sorry. Favourite literary name. So from a book. I'm just picking the same names. Violet, out of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so I like the name Violet. I do like the name Hermione, out of Harry Potter. I'm not sure I would necessarily use it, but I do like that name. Favourite O name that isn't Oliver or Olivia? There's a girl where I teach, her name's called Orla. I really like Orla. I think that's quite a nice name. And that's about all I can think of beginning with O. That's quite tricky. But yeah, I like the name Orla. Number 9, what did you wish you were called when you were younger? Anything but Amy. I think when it's your name, it's quite boring because you obviously have it all the time. So I didn't have a name in particular, but I was just like, oh, my name's so boring. I wish I was called something else, but I don't know what. And I'm sure whatever I was named, if I was named something else, I think that was boring. So just stick with Amy. It's quite nice. It's sort of gone round all the way, and it's sort of come back into fashion again. I think there's a lot of little girls called Amy. Okay, last question. Question 10. What name did you immediately veto? So one that you just ruled out completely. I think when you know someone and you don't particularly like them, you don't want to call your child that. And I'm not going to say any because that's not fair on people that have got children named these names. But if I was at school, you know, there was a girl there that I wasn't particularly keen on, there's no way I was going to name my child that, because all it did was remind me of her. So that was that one ruled out. Also, when we were trying to name the girls, before we knew they were girls, obviously we had to try and think of boys' names. Well, Craig's a big Barcelona fan, like football fan, so he was naming the Barcelona football players, so, but not their first names, their surnames. So at the time, there was Deco and Xavi. I don't even know if that's how you say it. It might be Xavi, whatever. He wanted to name them that, and I was like, no. And I put my foot down, but in the end, they were girls, and they had normal names, so that's good. Okay, so that's the end of my baby name video. As I say, if you want to have a go, then feel free. Let me know if you do have a go, and I'll come and watch it. And I shall see you all tomorrow. Bye.